Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to get started, or I'm going to catch you up because I've already been started. I am dripping sweat out here in the garage. 113 degrees today here in beautiful, bright, sunny Arizona. But I've got a little bit more done than I thought I was going to get done with the cemetery repurpose, the recipe cemetery repurpose. But I want to catch you up and show you where we're at, because I think I'm getting ready to start putting some grout into the bricks. And I want you to be able to see that. I know I owe you a tutorial on that, so this is going to be that in its place. So let's jump off this tripod real quick and let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, don't judge the garage. I got some boxes all around and things like that. But this is the couple of pieces there, sidewalk. It's all painted. And then if we jump onto the table here, you can see that I've got most of the painting done. At least I'm calling it done. And it's ready for some grout. At least I think it's ready for some grout. So here's what the cobblestones are starting to look like. I think it's going to look pretty good. Even just like that, I think it would look fine. But I think maybe a small coat of grout in there would make it actually look better. And so I'm going to try this. Man, I hope I don't screw it up. But so I'm using a gray grout. I haven't put water in it yet, but that is the grout inside of this can and this little sleeve here. You can see it. I mean, it smokes. It's pretty fine. So I'm going to put some water in there and stir that up. And then we're going to start slathering this on. Really the sides first, see what that looks like, and then across the top. So I'm just going to plant you on the tripod and let you watch. We'll get started. Okay, so I've got some water here, and I'm just going to start pouring in a little bit at a time. Just to see what we can do here. I'll come back when this is thoroughly mixed up. Okay, this is about as mixed up as I think it's going to get. I just got a paint stirrer, and it's kind of the consistency of a oatmeal, I guess. But it's taking a minute. It's hot. I got another sweat going on. But I think that's going to be good enough. It's going to dry probably a little bit lighter than that, I would think. But I'm going to get some of this stuff out of my way and then reposition the camera, and we're going to get started. Okay, I think we're about ready to get started. I've got a drop cloth put down. We're going to start by this. We're going to get dirty, so it just kind of is what it is. I mean, I don't think I can put it on. Maybe I can put it on like this. Maybe that's the best way to do it. I don't know. Sponge works better. Not the sponge that I would have chosen, but the sponge that I had. Well, the camera died clearly. I'm still going, so I'm starting here now. We'll see how long the camera keeps going. It's hot out here. Well, guys, I tried to video, and it's just too hot. The camera kept shutting down, and I apologize for that, but sort of is what it is. You got to get it done, and so that's what I've done. I've decorated some of it. I've just got the fence up. It's still got a long way to go. It's not matching exactly. I think it looks good. I think it's going to look great. When it's done and decorated. I've got to do some wash. I'm going to let it dry tonight. I'm just too hot. I've wore myself out on this one. It's just too hot. And so I'm gonna kind of pause here and be done. But before that, I do want to show you what it looks like. I've got the fence up in pieces and parts. It's not where it goes. I just wanted to see what it looks like. It still has to dry a little bit and then get washed down a little bit more and put a dark wash on it. And we'll see what it looks like after that. I may need to paint a little bit more, some dry brushing on the brickworks, the bricks themselves. It's a little dirty, and it looks good until you start looking at the fence and it doesn't match. So I got to figure out how to make it match a little bit better. I think we'll be okay. But with that, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so here we are. We've got some of the fence up. We got some of the brickwork in. You can see it's starting to dry. The sidewalk's just kind of sitting here on the table. But you can see the brick. I mean, it looks pretty good, but it doesn't match really up here a little bit. I mean, it will, and nobody will ever really notice it, I guess, but I do. And so I've got to try to get I think once I get a black wash on this and kind of tone down some of the browns, it's supposed to be gray. The grout's supposed to be gray. So I think maybe when it has a better chance to dry, which is not going to take it long out in the heat like this, that it might actually look better. But let me kind of scoot along here so you can kind of see some of the stuff's got to be cut to fit and it's got to be detailed, but you can see the steps coming up. I think they look pretty good. No issues there. As we come down, you can kind of still see kind of what I see there. So that's what that looks like. Let's pop up and look into the top view, and so you can see this is definitely clean. I say clean, it's very white looking, so I think that's definitely got to get a dark wash put on it, but you can kind of see how that is starting to look. And then you can kind of see the panel in the back. It looks pretty good, not too bad. So you can kind of see how that's starting to come together. So, once it's detailed, it's going to look pretty good for sure. But it filled in the gaps quite well. You can kind of see that, at least on the close-up there, you can kind of see that. So not too bad, not too shabby. It could be better, and it will be better. See, I look at this side here and I'm like, wow, that just doesn't match a whole lot. It's pretty dark up at the top with the fence, and then kind of a brownish, dirty look down there. We'll make it work. We're gonna have to dirt that fence has got a lot of black wash on it. So I think once we get a lot of black wash down there onto the foundation, that it'll look good too. The sidewalk's incredibly clean. You can see some of the cracks that went in it. So that's starting to look pretty good. But that's going to have to be washed up real good as well. So there you have it. That's what it's starting to look like. Well, hey guys, hopefully that helps to explain the process. You've seen some of it. I apologize. It's just too hot. You can't do this inside. You can't do it outside. The sun's too bright. So I have to kind of do it in the garage if I'm going to get it done. And it's just so hot here this time of year that the camera just refused to work. It shut down and overheated. And so I apologize. It is what it is. Welcome to the life here in the summertime in Arizona. Nothing you can do about it. But you see it behind me, you see what it's starting to look like. I think it's going to look really, really good. And so I'm excited about it. I've got some work to do on the fence. I've got still a lot of work to do. Coming next, we got to glue everything down and get it in place. We may try to wash it before we glue it down. I'm not sure yet. Or we may glue everything down and then start that. Once it's all glued down and that process is done, then all we got to do is, all we got to do, we got to put the grass on. We got to drill some holes before we do that. We got to cut some holes for the cords to go through and get everything set up like that. I got to splice the lights. I've got to build some more fence if I decide to put it behind it. I haven't completely decided if I'm going to do that or not, but I think I probably will. And so we got that to build. And then the grass goes on and the glue water mixture, the isopropyl alcohol, and we'll be close to being, and then a bunch of detailed work. and then we'll be close to being done with this one. So 3 or 4 more tutorials probably, who knows. But hey, like always, if you've liked this one, make sure you click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. It's helping the channel to grow. It helps me out personally, and I do appreciate it. And plus, you never miss another video. You always get notified when one's coming out. So hey, with that, take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you again real soon.